Hello and welcome back to the making of series of videos for the Dragon Strike Force playable demo using SoulLink spawner and AI assets. Last time we created the mutant insect that flew around the terrain and added some effects to have it explode when it was killed. This time we're going to add this mutant waster character. This is also from the Creatures pack by Maxime Bugramov. Just looks like some sort of humanoid, muscular humanoid guy with a gas mask. And these are going to be a little friendly creatures that wander around the terrain initially. But in the second step of this video, we're going to have them be hanging around toxic waste dumps. And so we'll use the area feature for that. Again, I just set this up as a fairly simple AI. Has more health than the insect creature. And it does have a single attack, just a right arm swipe attack. And that's all there is to this character. So just for quick testing, we're going to go ahead and go into spawns by biome. Just going to add another spawn. Bring our mutant waster in there. We'll give it a population cap of 15, 80% probability, and just a single one, minimum 1, maximum scale of 1. I don't want them, I just want them to be uniform. And we'll go ahead and run this and just see what we get initially. Again, we're just using a single biome and any time of day. Alright, here we have one over here. Oh, I also made them enemies of the insects, so they will, as you see, destroy the insects if they encounter them. There you have it. So the one thing I'm going to do, though, is instead of having these creatures just wandering around aimlessly around the wasteland, I want them to be attracted to toxic dumps. So what I did was already created a structure called the toxic dump. Put one in the scene here so you can see. So what it is I simply took some bricks and junk, tire, and some of these little toxic barrels, and I added this little toxic particle effect and a radioactive kind of sound. And what I did was attach a spawn area component to it, and we're calling it area toxic dump. I've overridden the trigger radius so that we have a radius of 25, which is the outer green area. So when the player enters this green area, that will trigger the spawns to start. And the spawn radius is this inner blue area. And then I have this little smaller area, this slightly purplish or reddish area in the middle here that is kind of off limits. We don't want anything spawning or attempting to spawn on these barrels. The system itself would reject it anyway, but we'd rather not have to figure out it needs to reject it by simply saying you can't spawn there anyway. Let's see. I'm going to remove this from the scene because I don't think I want to put it in there. Let's find a good location. I will put one here, which is just up the hill from the helicopter. And then over behind the helicopter, in this area here, we'll put another one right there. which is fairly close to the helicopter. So you don't have to go very far before it will trigger those. And the only thing I have not done is, I've not created this toxic dump area. I did not actually add it into the areas here. So I do need to give it an area and call it toxic dump. Otherwise it'll say, well, that area doesn't exist. This is an anytime spawn. And we're going to go ahead and get the monster, drag him in here. We'll make the population cap 20. Again, this is not going to be the population for what spawns in the area, but just the overall population within the player's spawn radius. We will make this 100% though, because we do want it to always spawn in this area. And we do need to remove it from the biomes. So we do not have them wandering around randomly, but they will only spawn around this toxic dump area. Alright, so we can run that and we should see these toxic wasters, or sorry, mutant wasters appearing around these toxic dumps. I'm going to go a little bit the long way around so we can see it better. Oh, and there they spawned in already. Nice little toxic particle effect and the radioactive sound. Primitive but effective. And we do have one more toxic dump to take care of, so we'll go take care of them, and then that will conclude this demonstration. One more thing to make this more interesting, because what would a toxic dump be without damaging effects? So let's go find our toxic dump in the scene here. Where did I put one? And that might be easier to just stick inside here. We'll reset right to the center. There we go. And let's make it, oh, how big do we want this? Make it like when you get too close to the center. See here, that's definitely too big that way. Just raise it up a little. Looks good. Make sure we set these values like we wanted to, say 5 every 2 seconds. NPC damage, we're not going to use that. They're not going to be affected by this. So now, even though these enemies don't seem too threatening, because they're kind of slow and they don't have any ranged attacks, just being in their little area, if you get too close, you're gonna have issues. So let's see how that works. Being in here, I'm being damaged. Time it only generated one spawn. Okay, we want to get out of there, definitely. Let's see if we can get some health from one of these flying insect dudes. I do not have regeneration on for the Claire. That might be a good idea in the future. Otherwise, I'll go around forever and never be able to regenerate. No drops. There we go. Alright, we got enough health. Let's go take on the other toxic waste dump. Make sure we do not go anywhere near that one. That is a bug that I'm about to be fixing. It should never spawn more than one. It seems to be triggering it multiple times. But being alpha code, things like that are expected. Oh, just realized something else. There's a bug. Bullets are actually striking off of the collider for the damage zone. So to fix that, what you need to do is go into that damage zone and make it ignore raycast. Otherwise, bullets will bounce off of the trigger for the zone. Alright, well that is it for that demo. And I'll see you next time.